Hey guys, how are you guys today? Today I'm actually going to be teaching you guys how to file a federal lawsuit. The reason I want to teach you guys is because obviously filing a federal lawsuit can be a lot of work and it can be kind of intimidating on how to do these steps. And I hope I get to explain this step by step. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I am here to help you guys. So basically, filing a minor lawsuit for a debt collector or creditor, usually you're going to have to do this if once you send disputes, if you're working with a credit repair company or if you're trying to do repair your credit yourself. Now, when you're working on disputes, if the disputes are coming back as accurate, you can actually sue them, or they come back as reinstated, you can actually sue them. And if the disputes are inaccurate, but they're coming back as accurate or verified, you can sue because it is actually illegal for them to take something out of your credit report and then put it back in the next month. That's illegal because basically they have found that this action is not really yours, right? This collection is not yours, but they're reinstating it because now a couple months later they found it. You're gonna need six documents, six different documents, and I'm gonna show you how to get all these six documents. And basically, this is a minor lawsuit, so it's not like you need to hire an attorney, go to court yourself, and do any of those things. You're going to need the civil cover sheet, a complaint form, a summons sheet, a fee waiver form, and exhibits and a claim. Now, what this all means, basically, this is going to all be proof of exactly what you're doing in the state steps. If you guys don't know what exhibits mean, exhibits basically is just you providing proof that you did file disputes and these disputes are inaccurate. So any type of proof that you have, those are exhibits. And the reason you guys need those is because this is just your evidence for your court case. So let's get started. So basically, the first step is trying to see if any of the creditors or any of the bureaus have an arbitration agreement. Okay, now I want to break down what an arbitration agreement is because I know that we're using big words here, right? So, an arbitration agreement is a contract that requires parties, both parties, to resolve disputes through arbitration. It's an out of process. It it's an in and out of process that uses an important third party to decide the outcome of like a court case, right? We are going to go to we can search up here, as you can see, adr.org consumer. And we're going to go to practice areas. We're going to go to consumer because we are the consumer. And then we're going to go down here where it says to view registered consumer arbitration clauses. And you're going to put view registered consumer. And then here you're going to put your first name, your last name, the state and the city. You're going to click here. Now, when you click, you're going to press next and you're going to get, so we're just going to go ahead. Right, and now we're gonna get this. Now I do need you guys to be aware that TransUnion and Equifax do not or they don't have an arbitration agreement. So meaning you can't try to see if you can basically fix things with them for they can go ahead and dispute the creditor or the collector. So what you do have to do is you can search up Experian. And with Experian is here so you can see how exactly you can do the arbitration agreement with them. Now, I do want you guys to read. It says dispute resolution by binding arbitration. Most customers' concerns can be resolved quickly and to the customer satisfaction by calling ECS's customer care department. In the unlikely event that ECS's customer care department is unable to resolve a complaint you may have regarding a service or website to your significant satisfaction. So, what I recommend if you have anything on your Experian report is calling this number and letting them know, hey, this isn't accurate. I need this to be disputed. I do see you guys have an arbitration agreement. What can we do about that? Obviously, I don't think if you guys want to search up basically like Equifax and TransUnion to see if they have it, you can, but I don't think that they do. Okay. And this is just when basically you do find an accurate information on your credit report. So finding an accurate information can be the date last of payment, date open, because there's going to be different dates that are open. Let's say you opened, it says that you opened your credit card on June 15th of 2024, but Experian is saying June 17th of 2024. That is an accurate information. And now you can do an arbitration on Experian if that is in there. If not, if they don't have an arbitration, like let's say if it's Discover Bank, Navy Federal, whatever it is, you can just search it up, Navy Federal arbitration. If they don't have that on there, then I suggest you now going to go ahead and filing that minor lawsuit. Now, when we go ahead and file the minor lawsuit, the steps of taking this is 6 sheets. Now, one of the sheets is actually a complaint for a civil complaint. Now, these are like very specific steps in order to proceed. So we're gonna go ahead first and go to flmd.us courts, okay? We're gonna click the first one that comes up, and then we're gonna go to litigants, and then litigants without lawyers, because we are not trying to hire a lawyer, because that will probably cost us more than actually paying off the debt sometimes. And at the end of the day, you can file for yourself. This is going to be a minor lawsuit, so you don't have to do anything big and you'll still get paid out. Now, what you're going to do is actually go to the guide for proceeding without a lawyer, the PDF document. You can read about it and then it'll tell you how to do everything. It's like a little ebook, right? Trial resources, definitions, obviously, because it's all law stuff. But I am going to show you guys here where you guys can kind of do it yourself. You go to forms, and then in your form section, you're going to do Pro S E1, complaint for a civil case. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and download this document, which I had it downloaded, but we'll just download it again. And I highly recommend, if you guys don't have like somewhere to download it and like insert it to actually fill it out, you can print it, but also you can download it and have everything in the files. Something you can lose a document, or it's just better to have everything on your computer, or you can download it and then upload it to Google Docs, I believe. But I'm more professional. So I already have PDF Filer, and PDF Filer does have like, they have like a 30-day free trial. So if you guys don't have PDF Filer, I highly suggest you use it. For me, it costs $200, but it's because I have a business. If you guys use the 30-day free trial, it'll be free. So select from device, and what you guys are going to do in PDF Filer is literally correctly. So when you guys do submit your complaint, you guys are doing it right. So we're gonna go ahead and open this document now. All right. So now you guys have United States District for the court, District of. So what we want to do is go ahead and fill out the first sheet. Now, like I said, there's 6 sheets. This is the reason why it's good to either have someone help you. And I am not an attorney, guys, yet, but I'm not an attorney. So this is just stuff that I've allocated with my resources, and I like to share with you guys, because at the end of the day, I think everyone understanding the resources is so important. Okay, so the plaintiff will be you. So we can just put, this is just for chucks and giggles, the way I'm gonna do everything, but this is how you actually do it. Uh, Jackie Paloma, right? Don't ask me how I got that name, but this is, let's say, for myself, right? So if you're doing it for yourself, you're gonna put your name, or we'll put my name, right? It doesn't really matter, but we'll put my name, and then defendant is going to actually be whatever debt collector or creditor you are trying to sue. So if you have Chase, right? If you have if you have anybody, Midland Cred, if you have any of these things in your accounts and they have inaccurate information, then you go ahead and put them. So this has to show exactly how it's seen. And I did one for Discover, actually, because I have one for Discover. But if you go here, Sunbiz, right, we have to make sure that the way it's put on the cover sheet has to be that the same way that you put it on the actual document. And you're going to go ahead and search up the business. So for example, Discover Bank, right? So Discover Bank is going to be this one. And then you're going to put Discover Bank exactly the way it's put and you copy it, right? Discover Bank. So if it's like this, that's the way you put it, right? Now it's going to ask you here, jury trial. I highly recommend you putting yes, because at the end of the day, guys, if you do a jury trial instead of just the judge, now you have multiple people getting your scenario explained, and someone can relate to you, someone can defend you, someone can view your perspective instead of just one person viewing your perspective. Your chances of winning the case is much higher. Now, the plaintiff is going to be you, so I need you to write your name, your street address, your city and county, state, zip code, telephone number, email address. Okay. Once that's done, defendant. Now I need you to put Discover Bank and you put their principal address on here. Okay. So you're going to put Discover Bank and then you're going to put their street address on here. Principal address. Or so you see here, honestly, principal address and mailing address are the same thing, and that's okay. You can choose either or. Phone number, I don't think if they have a phone number here, that's perfect. If they don't, that's okay. You can leave it blank. Unless you want to put like Discover Bank phone number for them to have more resources, that's fine. But make sure you put your information. Like don't leave telephone number or email address incomplete. And then make sure you also write down the registered agent, because when you file this lawsuit, when they get this paperwork, and the complaint is just filing a complaint. The other sheets, you need to have the registered agent file. So that's the reason you need to make sure you write the registered agent file as well down. And usually, as you can see here, they have the names, the registered agent name and address. So if it's CT Corporation, that's what it is. Okay. So that's what you'll put for the name. And then federal courts are courts of limited jurisdiction, limited power. Generally, only two types of cases can be heard in federal court: cases involving a federal question and cases involving diversity of citizenship of parties. Under 28 U.S.C. USC and 1331, a case arising under the United States Constitution of federal laws or treaties is a federal question case, in which a citizen of one state sues a citizen of another state or nation on the amount of stake. So basis for federal court jurisdiction, this is kind of confusing, but just press federal question, okay? And you guys, if you guys don't really understand what that means, just ChatGPT it, guys. Like honestly, anything you don't understand, just ChatGPT it or allocate your resources, literally. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and basis. We're gonna go ahead and skip this. This is not needed. And you're gonna go to what page is this? Page 4 out of 5. And then you're gonna put statement of claim. And then we're gonna attach a document here. So you can just put see attached document. So the purpose of all this is just making sure that all the documents are filled out, okay? Because if all the documents are filled out, now you have proof of like everything you have done, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and put this, see attached documentation. Actually, no, for the relief, I'm sorry. You can go ahead, say briefly, see attached documentation. Because we're gonna have documents stating everything, our evidence and everything. And then date of gonna wait till you get to the clerk when you send out your letters, and then you're gonna go ahead and have him sign the date and your signature and your printed name. And then you don't need to do attorneys because there's no attorneys. You're presenting yourself. And then that is how you fill out a complaint for a civil complaint. Okay, guys. I hope this video helped you. This is just one sheet. I'll be doing a video of the rest of the sheets.